Temperature isn't actually a measure of heat itself, but rather a reflection of how hot or cold something is based on the movement of tiny particles. Here's the breakdown. Microscopic motion. Imagine all objects are made of incredibly tiny particles like atoms and molecules. These particles are constantly moving, vibrating around. The faster these particles move, the higher the temperature of the object. Kinetic energy. The energy of motion of these tiny particles is called kinetic energy. So, temperature is really a measure of the average kinetic energy of the particles in an object. Heat transfer. When two objects are at different temperatures, heat flows from the hotter object, with faster moving particles, to the colder object, with slower moving particles. This transfer of heat continues until both objects reach thermal equilibrium, where they have the same temperature. Here's an analogy. Imagine a classroom full of students. If all the students are calmly sitting at their desks, low movement, the room would be considered cool, low temperature. If everyone is running around, high movement, the room would be considered hot, high temperature. Some additional points to consider. Temperature scales. We measure temperature using scales like Celsius and Fahrenheit. These scales provide a reference point for how fast the particles are moving. Absolute zero, the temperature at which particles theoretically stop moving altogether, is called absolute zero. It's around -273 degrees Celsius. I hope this explanation helps. Let me know if you'd like to delve deeper into specific aspects of temperature.